What's going on, folks? Ted from Nerd Immersion here, and even though Gen Con and I'm leaving for it is literally tomorrow, that doesn't stop the D&D news train from happening, so we have something really odd, D&D jewelry collaboration, and no, it's not exactly what I was predicting and asking for from Wizards of the Coast. Well, I don't know what else to tell you other than, hey, if you're going to be at Gen Con and you find me, come say hi. I'll post pictures and stuff on here of what I'm wearing every day. I've got a ton of swag to give away. Also, consider subscribing to the channel because, look, we almost hit 100K by Gen Con. That was the goal. Let's try to make it 100K by the end of the year so I can ring in the new year with 100,000 subscribers and that nice plaque on the wall. So I'll put a link to this in the description if you want to check it out. But here it is. It is RockLove. Didn't even know what this was. I guess it's a jewelry company. And it says, Dungeons and Dragons, thank you for joining our quest. Discover if your character class is launching in the first collection. More designs will be added throughout 2022 and 2023, including additional character classes and iconic creatures. So, announcing D&D X RockLove, time to break out your lucky dice. Dungeons and Dragons and RockLove Jewelry are launching an officially licensed limited edition premium jewelry collaboration. It will be available for purchase starting Tuesday, August 23rd at 9 a.m. PST, exclusively on rocklove.com. Premiering 6 open edition designs, they're the first wave of ongoing character class collection. And it says they are large and weighty, weighing from around 10 to 20 grams, and hang on a long adjustable 20 to 24 inch sterling silver chain. They are also set to debut at prices between $135 and $199. I personally, again, I'm not a jewelry nut personally, and I love Dungeons and Dragons, but I don't feel like this. I mean, maybe there are people out there that want this, and if you do, more power to you. But the price tag seems a little much to me for what you're actually getting. So here we have the Cleric Vial necklace. You can kind of see here. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can get a little bit of a better look at it. So it's got the Cleric symbol, the official 5th edition symbol for Cleric, and it's like a little vial. This elegant clerical vial. This is $175. Is etched with the Cleric character class icon and accented by small stars, suspended by 2 urn loops, and sculpted wrapping details. A slender chain connects a detachable textured silver cork. We have the Wizard Spellbook. This is probably the coolest one that I've seen. The front, as you can see, has little gemstones, and it actually does open up and have some cool things on the inside showing the Wizard class symbol as well as some runes and whatnot. $199 for the Spellbook. Features round crystal accents surrounding a potent ruby faceted oval cubic zirconia. So it's not an actual ruby, it's a fake ruby. We have the Fighter Sword and Shield necklace, which is $150. It looks like the sword does slot in behind the shield with a fighter logo here. We have the Rogue Dagger necklace, as you can see here. It looks like it does come with like a little bag of holding style. Oops, did I click out of that? Bag of holding style, like jewelry bag to store them in. The Rogue Dagger necklace is $135. We have the Bardic Lute, which is pretty straightforward. It's just a lute pendant on a chain, $150. Seems like a little much for what you're getting. I bet you could find something very similar at a Renaissance fair for probably a fraction of the cost. And then we have a Warlock Medallion. This is probably my second favorite out of what I've seen. Again, we have fake crystals here showing off. It says, representing the elements of earth, air, water, and fire, 4 round cubic zirconia crystals. Why does the Warlock have the elements? That doesn't really fit the Warlock, but okay. And then that's it, right? And then it has Dungeons and Dragons X RockLove Collector Book Box. Each meticulously crafted jewelry design arrives in a Dungeons and Dragons X RockLove Collector Book Box with black jacket exterior, including iconic gold frame and red branding on the cover page. As with the closed book, the logos are oriented on the spine and foredge. Features printing, page details, box lid hinges open, parchment-colored flocked fabric interior, with additional travel pouch brilliantly featuring silk screened bag of holding artwork on the flap. And it says, share your character class and ready your weapon of choice. This quest is going to be legendary. Paladin? I don't know. So, I don't feel like subscribing to this. It's so close to hitting the mark. And that's what bugs me the most. Now, I've never heard of RockLove, but if you saw along the tops there, they do have a variety of other fandoms I'm looking at. I see Disney, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Pokemon, and then other fandoms. I'm checking out the Pokemon ones as we speak. It's just kind of silly little Pokemon jewelry. Again, little Pokemon, Pokeball rings, Togepi earrings, and so on. So if you've been following the channel for a while or you haven't heard, what I've been beseeching Wizards of the Coast or someone like Beetle and Grimm, people that have access to the licenses that are allowed to make things, to make official holy symbols for the variety of... Start with the Faerunian gods, right? Your Mistra, your Ilmater, your Timora. And they don't need to be actual jewelry with semi-precious stones or precious metals. It could be resin, plastic, whatever. The problem is I can't make them and sell them in like a 3D printed store because I don't own the rights to and don't have licensing rights to sell that jewelry. But there are, and I'm sure you'll hear it again in the comments on this video, tons of people out there that would love to be like, oh, I play a Cleric of Mistra in my campaign. I would love to spend $35 and buy a Mistran holy symbol on a necklace. It doesn't have to be a real silver chain or a gold chain. It could be a cheap chain that you go pick up from Michael's that's just a metal chain with a cool holy symbol on it that's roughly, I'd say probably around this big in size or so. Enough to make it feel like it actually has the power of being a holy symbol. And you just make a set of those for all the Faerunian gods. You could do a box set. If you really want to go the business route, you have a version of each for $35, $40. You do a box set and you release them in waves, but if you buy the box set, it gets you some extra thing and you get all of them. I know personally, I play a lot of divine-based characters in a lot of the campaigns I play. I mean, there's a shield that I made that's from my paladin of Mieliki, right? It's got the unicorn on it. I made that shield for that character because I thought it was really cool. I would love to have bought a Mieliki holy symbol that I could then have officially branded one so I don't have to deal with like off-brand stuff, which would be great, and I wish someone would do it. Instead, we have D&D X RockLove, where they provide $100+ jewelry that just shows off the character class. Well, again, like I said, that's cool, and people may really enjoy that, and more power to you. I'd be much more inclined to buy like the set of D&D rings from GameStop, which is just a collector set of the various rings found in the Dungeon Master's Guide that you can actually wear that are not made out of precious metals, but they look like the things from the game. I'd be more inclined to buy that than any kind of jewelry here. I don't know. It's close, and I think maybe, if we're lucky, this could genesis into that. But like I said, I don't need a jewelry company like RockLove to make these. I would rather have, a company, like I said, like Beetle and Grimm, or someone who has the license to make products and just make them out of injected plastic or resin. I don't know. Maybe you guys tell me, though. Am I far off base on this? Is this something you would buy for yourself, your partner, your significant other, your dungeon master, whatever the case may happen? Would you buy this jewelry for them? I don't think, I mean, as someone who went to school for geology and had a small stint kind of doing gemology and looking at interesting gemstones, these are all just crystals. They're not like actual gemstones. And personally, I don't think the design of the jewelry really calls to me. Some of it looked a little bit better. I like the fact that the spell book opened. I like the little look of the warlock medallion. But like I said, for something like the sword with the sword and shield, or the bardic lute, I imagine you could probably get that made out of pewter at like a Ren fair for a fraction of the cost. So anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. And if you happen to be at Gen Con, I hope to see you there. Come find me, get a bunch of swag. I don't have any plans for a place where I will be stationary, though I will be at a lot of the Kobold Press panels filming for them so that they'll still have access to the recordings, because as of right now, Gen Con doesn't do that. So I said, I'll come to your panels and I'll film and record and do the audio and send you the stuff after the fact so you guys can upload them to your YouTube channel. So if you're going to any of the Kobold Press panels, look for me there. And I'll probably come up with a time frame where I'll be like, hey, I'm going to hang out here for a little while. Come say hi. So again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.